Alright, you Spider-Man fans, we need to talk about this potential Venom game happening by Insomniac Games, maybe even this year. I say potential because there is absolutely no reports confirming that this game exists, but here lately the Insomniac Games community has been buzzing about the idea of a Venom game. I've been on the record saying that we need a Venom game. I made a few videos with Evan Falarka discussing the topic on his channel as well as mine, and today I'm going to express why I have some optimism that a surprise Venom game could be happening. Before I jump in, I just want to introduce myself to anyone who is new here on the channel. I'm CBK, I cover all things superhero gaming on this channel. Alright, let's go ahead and dive in. Alright, let's start by revisiting the events of Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Harry is now in a coma, and there are a lot of storylines that were set up in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 that seemingly were going to lead to DLC, but as we all know now, DLC was cancelled or it was just never announced by Insomniac Games. Bummer, I know, but let's look at some of the positive things that could have come out of this cancellation of the DLC. One of the biggest storylines set up in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 was Carnage. The Carnage storyline was a major cliffhanger. This is a huge and iconic character deserving of a pretty big spotlight, something more than just a DLC. I've said it once and I'll say it again. The Carnage storyline simply is just not going to fit in Marvel's Spider-Man 3, so you can forget about the idea of Insomniac saving that for the third game, especially with the game being focused around Green Goblin and the return of Doc Ock as we wrap up this amazing trilogy. Trying to shove in a Carnage storyline just doesn't make a lot of sense for this third game. So considering that there will not be any DLC involving Carnage, and Carnage is not going to be in Marvel's Spider-Man 3, at least in my opinion, the next best place for Carnage to make an appearance would be in a solo Venom game, which honestly I think is the best case scenario if you ask me. And I'm not one to really discuss leaks here on my channel, but we probably need to address the elephant in the room of the leaked roadmap for Insomniac Games that showed a Venom game coming in fall of 2025. Granted, that plan could have totally been scrapped by now, but I'm hopeful that it hasn't been scrapped. It at least showed me that Insomniac Games had the idea of a Venom game on the mind. It's something that they potentially were wanting to work on. Going back to Carnage, I do think that Carnage being in a Venom game just makes the most sense. Those characters kind of are intertwined and should belong in the same project together if you ask me. So if there was going to be a Venom game, then how come there hasn't been any promo for it or any announcements? Well, I honestly could see it getting a release similar to the one that Miles Morales did. Spider-Man Miles Morales was a surprise drop for sure, and it was announced just a couple months before the release date for that game. Miles Morales was also a smaller game in scale, so I could see the same thing being done for the Venom game. Just a nice 12 to 15 hour experience, which if I'm being honest, is something I would love to see from more games. Let us also not forget what narrative director of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 had to say about the idea of a Venom game. John Paquette said, "So here's what we're doing. We're focused on Spider-Man 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to wait and see how fans react. We're going to listen to the fans, and we're going to ask ourselves, okay, what do the fans really want?" Well, John, I think it's pretty clear to me that the mission that we got to play as Venom was just an appetizer, and now we're ready for the full meal. Hopefully they really paid attention to the fan reaction when we got to finally play as Venom in Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and understand that we are really clamoring for a Venom game. A solo Venom game is just what we need next. So what do you guys think? Is a Venom game coming this year? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys as always so much for watching. Leave a thumbs up on the video if you did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.